Tasha Coryell. I'm an instructor in the English department, and I designed a class based around the idea of writing as activism. Do you put the next slide up? Okay, so I included the language that I used in my syllabus. So this is a course that's taught in comp classes that all the students at the university have to take. So I'm doing two sections of 102, which is the second in a two-course composition sequence, and then two sections of 103, which is the honors college version of composition, and so they only have to take one semester. So some of the students in 102 I actually had last semester, so it'll be interesting to transition to a really different type of course. So basically I wanted students to think about composition beyond the idea that they're taking this course because it's a prerequisite, or they're taking this course because they need writing for their academic career or for their jobs. Like, I wanted them to think about writing beyond that, like writing as a powerful tool that is a tool that they can learn to utilize. Because a lot of times I see students, like, they might like composition, but they're like, well, I'm good at writing already, why do I have to take this? Or they feel unconfident in their writing skills, and so they like only write when they really have to. So I wanted them to think of writing as something that they can use to help their community and pursue things that they're passionate in. So in the course, we're going to do some exploration of what it means to be within a community, and then they're going to talk about really local issues within their community and pick a specific issue they want to focus on. So it's really inquiry-based. It's up to them to decide what they want to focus on, and they're going to take some sort of action towards, like, they're going to do research and come up with an argument and action of how to help fix that issue, and either contact those people who can put that action in place, or I've now added an action project element where they can design a project to create change. Could you go to the next one? All right, so here were some of my student learning assessment and learning goals. I had a lot of them, so it was really hard to narrow down the language. But a big thing I wanted was a sense of self as a community member, because a lot of times I think students, especially when they're in college and they're in college somewhere that's not where they're from, they have sort of a tenuous sense of like what it means to be a part of a community, and they don't really know how to get involved in a community outside of the organizations that they're already in. And then I said develop solution towards a real world problem. So a lot of times people think of things just happening in the world, and it's like they're over here, and then the world is over here. So I want to connect those ideas and be like, you are part of the world, you can help solve problems. And then researching current and local issues. A lot of times when I have students do research in 102, they're like researching these like giant issues that happen elsewhere. And I think it's a really important skill to know what's going on in your community and to how to find those resources that help you figure it out. And then form a cohesive argument about a local issue, and then from there they're going to turn that into a research argument paper, and then reflect upon actions and ability/inability to affect change. So part of this is recognizing that students might not be able to do something huge within a semester, but being able to reflect on what they did do. So how ELO has assisted students in developing problem-solving skills. So since the course is inquiry-based, students will really develop problem-solving skills because they first have to identify the issue, and then they have to thoroughly research the issue so they understand all the sides of the issue and the perspective. And then they have to make their own argument regarding action, and either contacting those that can help make change or do an action-based project of their own. So I think they go through like the entire, all of the steps of problem solving, from identifying to coming up with the solution. So the most important outcomes in student learning: students should learn to identify self as a member of a community, be able to research current events using reliable sources, understand writing as an agent of change, develop confidence in making an argument, and use rhetorical strategies in order to persuade a variety of audiences. So the remaining challenges and ongoing questions, one of the big challenges for me was finding examples for students to follow. So I've been trying to collect examples over the last few months, and I'm going to have students help bring in examples, both of issues within the community and of places where writing has helped make change. The second issue that I am concerned about is I really want their projects to be local, just because I feel like that's more manageable, and I think that it helps with some of my anxieties about, like, the things that I'm passionate about might be different than the things that my students are passionate about, but I think if issues are local, it's much easier, the focus is much easier for us to come to a common place where I don't have as much anxiety with an issue, which is my third point, discussing issues that are controversial, because I really want students to focus on things that are important to them, but obviously different people in the class are going to have different things that are important to them. So I want to be able to balance those things. And then dealing with student anxiety about working with real-world issues rather than just for a grade. So we had our first day of class on Wednesday, and I had a student come up to me at the end of class, and he was like, oh, are we actually going to be contacting people? And I said, I paused for a moment, and was like, yes. And it was really scary having the student ask me that question, because I was like, what if he just runs away and drops the class? But he said, awesome, and then I felt really good. But I know that it's a lot harder to put yourself out there and to say that you care about an issue and here's how you want to change it than to just do something for an assignment.